everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The race for the playoffs is front and center this week. And here's a look at the AFC contenders. And it's not just who is in or out, but how the seeding shakes out. What a great time of year. It's the Ravens going up against the Steelers. So let's get you up to the Steel City. Standing by in Pittsburgh, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. They come out here in the eye.
Now let's go. Now look
And they'll run it here. And he'll maybe get it back to the 25 here on the first play, but no more than that. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This offense has some speed, and certainly Martavis Bryant, he has some speed.
He has that, and he has size. That's what makes him so difficult to cover, because just when you think you have to play him one way, the other attribute kicks in. Martavis Bryant could be an all-star real soon.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. The starters now defensively for Baltimore.
C.J. Mosley's your prototypical Alabama linebacker. They'll come downhill and smack you, but they understand the game so well.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Leopard! Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Gun!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They'll try and run with their fullback. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles. But you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
No. Check. Patriot. Over. Here we go now.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Here's McKinnon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, there's the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
third down. He'll drop to throw. He completes it to Bryant. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Back to throw now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And this is incomplete.
There's so much precision in an offense, especially when you're throwing the ball. And in an out route, plenty of it. How about the quarterback hitting his back foot, ball's out of his hands, receiver making his break, making his cut. He's got to time up perfectly. Not always easy to do.
Just let him a little too much.
Yeah, I remember back in the good old days, I was talking to a quarterback, and he said everything they did was on the count system. So when he took a snap, he counted in his head for certain routes, different time frames for each one, and he knew if the ball wasn't out of his hand at that point, he'd better eat it because the play was dead.
They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on fourth. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this one is right down the middle. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took them a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And the wideout in motion. They go play action here on first down. Incomplete. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
So 2nd and 10 here. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look, 6 DBs. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete as well.
Well, I've got to give him some credit there. He tried to sell the out route, tried to sell it hard. And as a receiver, what you're really trying to do is maneuver a defender inside to give yourself a little more cushion breaking to the out. But how about the defender reading it really well, not buying the fake or the maneuver inside, and getting to the sideline and helping break up the pass?
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Play action, they'll throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth.
Let's go!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 18 on that one. And it's good enough for a Baltimore 1st down.
You don't have to be a finished product to show some pretty good glimpses of what could be in this league, and we just saw an example of it on that nice run there. When I looked at him coming out of college, I saw a guy with raw, terrific ability. I couldn't wait to see how it was going to be harnessed and polished up in the NFL. In fact, some people thought he could play a little slot receiver as well as run the football. This guy has the ability to be a big-time player with more seasoning.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And a short gain here down to the 22. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And the starting defensive unit here for Pittsburgh.
Jason Verrett may not have ideal size as a cornerback, but no one plays the ball better in the air than the guy I call Mighty Mouse.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Shift together here from the D-line.
Leopard! Let's go! Green 39! Detroit! Hang on now!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football, and they've got it here with a 1st down. The tight end changing his position. They'll set up a throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Jarvis Landry, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Second down now after the incompletion. They come up in an offset eye. Back to throw here. Deep drop. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The tight end, Max Williams, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They'll look to throw on third and goal. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Third down is a down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So 3 points is the outcome, but probably not what they're looking for given the drive that they were on.
Yeah, things were looking good. You had it first and goal, but then the offense sputters a bit, and they're forced to settle for a field goal.
The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now let's go. Watch it now, Barney. No. Check. Patriot. Now let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
So just 1 yard to go here on third down. Play clock winding down. They come out here in the eye. He'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. Calling a gain of 10, and they pick up the first. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They'll set up to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
So much of his game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. Bryant, the lone receiver left. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Yeah, just couldn't hang on to the slant. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete here on third down. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And that brings up fourth down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. And now we'll get a delay here as they try to give themselves a little more room for the punt. The Steelers send out their punter now. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3 point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
that.
Super tough.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will find his way forward to about the 23-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. That one goes for 24 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
And now a first down following that long gain.
No. Check, Patriot. All right, here we go.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
All right, here we go. Now, check, Patriot.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. But good luck there as a ball carrier. You get handed that football, look up, oh, there's a big D tackle ready to swallow you whole for a loss.
Yeah, you kind of count on your guys to give you at least a little bit of time, a little bit of space to try and maneuver, but not on that one. And when you have a defensive tackle who is that strong, that agile, he's a lot to deal with. Sometimes you have to double him, and sometimes you're not able to block him no matter who's trying.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, You often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out here in the eye. They come out with one back and three tight ends. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So 1 yard to go here on third down.
All right, here we go. 3-19. Detroit.
Now this time he'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Now let's go. Blue, landed. Blue, Leopard. Detroit. Blue, Patriot. Back there in that Philly. Here we go.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It'll be a gain of 4. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big-time throw on 4th.
Now, that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together.
Back there in that Philly. Here we go. Gun. Watch it now, Barney. No. Check. Patriot.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And with the play clock at 3, we'll get a signal and a timeout on the whistle. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Over. Back in Philly. Here we go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is taken in at the 5. A big gain of 39 on 3rd. Two minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Shift together here from the D-line.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will push his way forward. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Watch it now, Barney. All right, now.
And from the 3 now, it's 2nd and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Now the Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd down.
Could be a blitzer.
That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Landry now on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
I remember growing up playing basketball. My coach has always talked about communicating on defense, making sure you talk on defense, know where your screens are, know where the cuts are coming from, who has who. Well, guess what? It's the same thing in football. Even though there's more noise out there, you can hear all the screams of screen, screen. This defense, the bench, everyone let them know what the play was, and that's why they're able to react and knock the ball away.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Gone.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now.
Set. Blue, landed. Detroit. Detroit.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get up near the 45. And the Steelers signal for another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
got a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right
Here
side.
we go now. Blue, Detroit. Detroit. Leopard. Leopard.
It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right.
Leopard. Leopard.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped, altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and that just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
35 yards that time on the punt, and possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Set. Green, 39.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Detroit! Watch him now, Barney! Hurry up, here we go! Green, 39!
Back to throw here. Surveying the field. He's going to look deep down the field. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
And while that play was unsuccessful to start the second half, I'm not sure that you just totally abandon what you do running the football. Maybe you make some adjustments in your run game and do things a little bit differently, but that doesn't necessarily mean you just go to the pass and do nothing else.
Second down and a little ways to go here. 2nd and 13. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
Detroit! Back 99,
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So they go out of the gun, try to delay it on the draw, but nothing there.
Yeah, good play by the defense there. They sniffed it out and made sure there were no gaps for him to run. If you're the offense, though, you have to think to yourself, maybe I go play action down the road.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Now, watch it now, Barney.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Justin Houston in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. 2nd down following the run. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Back to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Give him 11 on the gain there. And the Ravens are going to have a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
No, check. Check now, Patriot, 39. No, check, Patriot. No, check, Patriot. Go. Here we go. Philly, here we go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. They come up in an offset eye.
Green 39. Back 99, Philly, here we go. All right, now, lucky 56.
And they'll go on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result. Because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move, to influence the defensive front, to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him. Sat there waiting for him and made the play.
And this offensive unit, they have to face a third down and 12 now.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Now let's go. Green 39. Back 99.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Max Williams, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And the lead will grow by 1 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Ravens.
Oh, good luck with that.
Oh, my goodness. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Shift together here from the D-line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
No, check, Patriot.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. His pass caught at the 4. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach, but it kept the offense out of the end zone.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Let's go, Barney. 319. 319.
They run once more with McKinnon. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
No, that wasn't an explosive run. That wasn't one that took it all the way to the house. But, boy, for a team that's had trouble running it the entire game, that's the kind of run they need, hopefully, to get themselves kick-started.
McKinnon. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
McKinnon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Time running out here on the play clock.
Hurry up, here we go.
On the toss, it's McKinnon. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Well, depending on the temperament of the head coach, he's either turning to the bench and screaming, "Where was that all game?" Or maybe he's just kind of keeping it to himself and saying, okay, it's something to build on, and a positive comes out of a bad game, because those are going to happen from time to time. We'll see how he gets his team ready to go in the future. But that run right there, that's what they were looking for.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football. You can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They come out here in the I. The play clock's running down, and they'll run it here. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Here we go now.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Toss play to McKinnon. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. Oh, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Play clock winding down. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today.
Came up about a yard short, but I can't help it, Brandon. I love it when the big guy gets the football and he tries to battle his way forward. There's something about those guys carrying the ball and watching people trying to stop them. That's just great theater.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Like any team, they would have loved to have had more yards on that run, but it looks like they just want to get to the 2-minute warning and see what they want to do after that.
Getting late in the fourth now, Charles. 2-minute warning just around the corner.
Yeah, some teams just want to get to that spot, take a breath, and then come out and attack for the rest of the game.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Seven yards remain now on 3rd down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And some room to roam now. A gain of 13 and also the 1st down.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. in the National Football League, Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the